Welcome to this month's exercise of the month. This month is March. We're looking at Acupuncture Awareness Month. So this is a month for all of our acupuncturists. We're trying to tie our exercises in with things that are going on in the clinic in that month as well. So this week we're going to talk about exercise and stress. We're looking at ways you can use exercise perhaps to help mitigate stress, and I'm going to give you an exercise that's quite good for stress relief. What common side effects of stress involve tension in the upper shoulders, the neck muscles, all of these muscles around here. And one of the main causes for that is breathing pattern. So from my point of view, one of the things I always give my particularly stressed patients are exercises to help control the breathing pattern. If you're breathing where we expect to, where we want you to, which is down in the diaphragm, just expanding down low and not moving the shoulders as you take a deep breath, then you're doing things right. That only uses one set of muscles, and that's the diaphragm, to expand the lungs and to actually control the breathing. With regards to stressed breathing, we see a lot more breathing up in the shoulders. We see the shoulders shrugging as we breathe. Now that's very, very counterproductive for stress. It's an emergency supply. Your lungs, if you split them into sections, the top section up here is the last to be used normally. It's being used from an evolutionary standpoint in a fight or flight response. It's being used, let's say you're chasing something you want to eat, or something's eating or chasing you that wants to eat you. And that's what we get with that stress response. It makes us have that fight flight, and we breathe up and we tense up. We're using as many as 28 different muscles to lift and lower the rib cage. That doesn't sound like much. It's only breathing. It's not very high stress. But there's nothing you do more often throughout the day. You breathe over and over and over and over again. You're doing about 1,200 breaths a day in some cases. So that's a shrug 1,200 times. So if I got you to do this 1,200 times a day, you wouldn't be surprised if these muscles up here get very tight. So what we're going to look at is a way of retraining your breathing. It can be done in a few positions, but I'm going to show you the easiest one to start with. The rules apply anywhere. So you can do it seated, you can do it standing, you can do it in a squat position, in a plank, any position really. Any exercise I've given you in the past can be made a little bit more useful for you by adding an aspect of this to it. Yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, there's an aspect of breathing in all of those as well, and there's a reason for that. If you look at any of the martial arts, breathing is where your power comes from your diaphragm. So it's very, very important to take note of that when using your core exercises or doing any kind of exercise. So I'll get to the exercise now. The position we start in is lying on the back. This is the easiest position to do it in. You take your fingers and thumbs and you just pop them above the pelvis, around the waistline, and give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. So just squeezing those fingers and thumbs into the waist. From there, you want to try and relax the shoulders. So I see a lot of people tensing up their arms to do this. Just relax the shoulders, let the elbows drop back to the floor, and you're trying to breathe. And every time you breathe in, you're trying to expand through your stomach and push into those fingers and thumbs so you can feel the expansion and contraction as you breathe. So as you breathe in, your fingers should come out, and as you breathe out, that ab should lower down and the fingers should move back into the body. You can either do it with both hands where they are now, or with one hand on the chest. In the aim of doing this, you're trying to keep the hand on the chest, not moving, and move only with the fingers around the waist. So as you breathe in, my right hand is staying still and my left hand isn't moving at all. It's just pinching and squeezing through the waist, so it's not moving up or down, just squeezing through there as we relax, and there's no movement of the chest or rib cage. It looks very easy, but it's surprisingly difficult, especially if you're struggling with stress or tension in the shoulders. Doing this for a couple of minutes before you go to bed is a really nice exercise to do, just to help you get to sleep. If you've got any questions about any of these, or any issues with stress, please do talk to one of our therapists, any of our clinicians, or this month in particular, one of our acupuncturists. They're excellent and very, very available to help and talk to you. Thank you very much.